Betwabo, beautiful people. Betwabo. Alicia, y'all. Hey, girl. Hey. Sawubona, y'all. Tiffany. All right, y'all. I'm excited about today's reading because today we actually go over the part where Yahuwah explains what this new covenant is. We get such a different teaching about what it is. And I am so glad that we are at these chapters today. Boy, okay, let's go ahead. All right, y'all. It is Thursday. So happy Thursday, beautiful people. It is July the 9th, 2020, and we are on day 194. We are reading Jeremiah 31, 32, and 33. Let's go ahead and get started. All my kids are still asleep, so we better, let me start. Jeremiah chapter 31. At the same time, saith Yahuwah, will I be the God of all families of Israel, and they shall be my people. Like, hey, y'all highlighters ready in y'all pen or whatever, if y'all got y'all Bibles out. But if you're following along, just listening, I'm going to post it after I'm done. I'm just going to pull out the scriptures where he said what the new covenant is and how he describes it. Okay. At the same time, saith Yahuwah, will I be the God of all families of Israel, and they shall be my people. Thus saith Yahuwah, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness, even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest. Yahuwah hath appeared of old unto me, saying, yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore with loving kindness have I drawn thee. Again I will build thee, and thou shalt be built, O virgin daughter. That remember, when he says, "Oh, virgin daughter," that means that Israel is only serving one God. Only one lover. That is Yah. One. Oh, I'm going to bring you back, oh, virgin daughter. And those of us who have woken up and put all the other gods away, we would repent and we realize, wait a minute, Yah is our mighty one. Yah is our only one. Betwabu, Trina. Oh, virgin daughter Israel. Thou shalt again be adorned with thy tabrets, and thou shalt go forth in the dances of them that make merry. Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria. The planter shall plant and shall eat them as common things. For there shall be a day that the watchmen are upon Mount Ephraim shall cry, arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto Yahuwah our God. For thus saith Yahuwah, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye, and say, O Yahuwah, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, and will gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together. A great company shall return thither. They shall come with weeping, and with supplications will I lead them. I will cause them to walk by the rivers of water in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. All right, boo. Sit still. She woke, y'all. Okay, sit right here. I'm almost done. Well, almost. I just started, really. Okay, you good? Right here? Okay, you good. Okay. Hear the word of Yahuwah, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, He that scattered Israel will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock. For Yahuwah hath redeemed Jacob, and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. Therefore they shall come and sing in the height of Zion, and shall flow together to the goodness of Yahuwah, for wheat, and for wine, and for oil, and for the young of flock, and of the herd, and their souls shall be as a watered garden, and they shall not sorrow anymore. Like, it's going to be a party when we get back. He said it's going to be a party forever. Y'all going to live in peace. Y'all going to have all this food. Y'all going to be, matter of fact, y'all going to be known for the crops that y'all grow around the world. So we're going to be doing a lot of, we definitely know we're going to be doing some exporting, because our fruits and veggies will be famous. They will be known around the world. Then shall the virgin rejoice in the dance, both young men and old together, for I will turn their mourning into joy, and I will comfort them and make them rejoice from their sorrow. And I will satiate the soul of the priest with fatness, and my people shall be satisfied with my goodness, saith Yahuwah. Thus saith Yahuwah, a voice was heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping, Rachel weeping for her children, refused to be comforted for her children because they were not. Thus saith Yahuwah, refrain thy voice from weeping and thine eyes from tears, for thy work shall be rewarded, saith Yahuwah, and they shall come again from the land of the enemy. And there is hope in thine end, saith Yahuwah. Thy children shall come again to their own border, meaning we get to go back home to our own borders, our own home, our own land. And there is hope in the end, saith Yahuwah, that thy children shall come again to their own border. I have surely heard Ephraim bemoaning himself. Thus thou hast chastised me, and I was chastised, as a bullock unaccustomed to the yoke. Turn thou me, and I shall be turned, for thou art Yahuwah my God. Surely after that I was turned, I repented, and after that I was instructed. I smote upon my thigh, I was ashamed, yea, even confounded, because I did bear the reproach of my youth. He pretty much saying, I got out of line, and y'all, you corrected me, and thank you for your correction, because it kept my life. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he a pleasant child? For since I spake against him, I do earnestly remember him still. Therefore my bowels are troubled for him. I will surely have mercy upon him, saith Yahuwah. Set thee up waymarks, make thee high heaps. Set thy own heart toward the highway, even the way which thou wentest, and turn again, O virgin Israel, turn again to these cities. If you read in other versions, it said, set up the landmarks, put signs up. Israel is coming back home. Make the way known. Put it up, make it clear. That's pretty much what it's saying. Israel is coming back home. Like we looking, you know how you driving down the street and you looking for landmarks, you're looking for signs to make sure you're going in the right direction. He said that's what's going to happen. He said, put up the markers, put up the signs, plaster them everywhere so Israel can see where she's going. She's coming back home. Verse 21, set thee up waymarks, make thee high heaps, set thine heart toward the highway, even the way which thou wentest. Turn again, O virgin daughter Israel, turn again to these cities, to these thy cities. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For Yahuwah hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, the God of Israel, as yet they shall use this speech in the land of Judah and in the cities thereof, when I shall bring again their captivity. Yahuwah bless thee, O habitation of justice, and mountain of holiness. And there shall dwell in Judah itself, and all the cities thereof together, husbandmen, and they that go forth with flocks. For I have satiated the weary soul, and I have replenished every sorrowful soul. Upon this I awaked and beheld, and my sleep was sweet unto me. Behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and with the seed of beast. And it shall come to pass that like as I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, saith Yahuwah. In those days they shall say no more, the fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge. But everyone shall die for his own iniquity or his own sin. Everyone shall die for his own sin. Nobody's going to die for your sin. Every man shall die for his own sin. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. Behold, you can go ahead and highlight that. Just go ahead and highlight that, underline it. Behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that I will, here it is, here's the new covenant. Get ready with your highlighters. Behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Let's go ahead and mark this real quick. Take a couple seconds, starting at 31. Starting at 31. Remember, we just said that every man will die for his own sin. Like ain't nobody dying for you. You screw up, you don't get it right, you die for your own sin. Now, here's the new covenant. Let's pay very close attention to what Yah says the new covenant is, because if you still go to church or if you were brought up in the church, you don't hear this. But this is exactly what the new covenant is, and it hasn't changed. Listen. Verse 31 of Jeremiah chapter 31. But Jeremiah 31:31. There you go. That's easy to remember. 31:31. Behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that I will make a new covenant. Underline that, highlight it. New covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahuwah. Here we go, right here. Pay attention, y'all listening? Verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, what days? The days of our captivity. At the days of our final punishment after those days, which we're in those days now. Listen, after those days, saith Yahuwah, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their heart, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Now, has this changed? Has us following Yahuwah's law changed at all? We are still required to uphold every single thing that we have been reading, right? Right? Because this time he said, I'm not going to do it like the only thing, nothing changed about the law, nor the directions for us following it. The only thing that's changed is something Yahuwah himself has done. He said, I'm not going to give the covenant to you like I did your forefathers when I led them by the hand and I wrote it on tablets and gave it to them. Remember, wrote on tablets, Moses read it. He said, but this time I am going to take that same law and put it on your hearts and on your minds. And I'm going to be your God and you're going to be my people. Meaning you are going to be faithful this time in keeping everything. Not that you couldn't be faithful to it last time, because there were many prophets and many people, the remnant, who kept to everything. There's nothing hard about being a decent human being. That's what the law is. Teaching us how to be decent human beings. Honoring Yah, honoring your neighbor, honoring yourself, honoring the land. Let me read that again. Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahuwah. He said they broke it, although I was a husband. I was there to hold all. I was there for them, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahuwah. Here's the new covenant. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith Yahuwah, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahuwah, for they shall all know me, from the least of them even to the greatest of them, saith Yahuwah. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. That's a great part right there too. Now, has that happened? Does everybody from us, from the least to the greatest of us, know Yahuwah? Are there still those of us who are teaching this? Yes. So have we entered into the new covenant yet? Not fully, completely. We're transitioning into it, because I clearly hear Yah, and I'm following the leading of him, teaching and guiding me. But have we entered into the fullness of that covenant yet? No, not yet, because we're still in the land of our captivity, and we have not returned to our land. I think that's good to read. One more time, starting at Jeremiah 31:31. I'm going to just keep going, y'all. Behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahuwah. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith Yahuwah, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their heart, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know ye Yahuwah, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith Yahuwah. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Thus saith Yahuwah, which giveth the sun for light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea, and the waves thereof roar. Yahuwah of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahuwah, then the seed of Israel shall also cease being a nation before me forever. Now, will that ever happen? Absolutely not. Selah, Selah, Stephen. Thus saith Yahuwah, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yahuwah. Would that ever happen? Absolutely not. That means he would never cast us off. He would never cast his people away. Behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that the city shall be built to Yahuwah from the tower of Hananel unto the gate of the corner, and the measuring line shall yet go forth over against it upon the hill Gareb, and shall compass about to Goath, and the whole valley of the dead bodies, and of the ashes, and of all the fields, unto the brook of Kidron, unto the corner of the horse gate toward the east, shall be holy unto Yahuwah. It shall not be plucked up nor thrown down any more forever. Jeremiah chapter 32. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahuwah in the 10th year of Zedekiah, king of Judah, which was the 18th year of Nebuchadnezzar. For then the king of Babylon's army besieged Jerusalem, and Jeremiah the prophet was shut up in the court of the prison, which was in the king of Judah's house. Yes. Okay. I'll wipe it off in a minute. Quit scratching. For Zedekiah, king of Judah, had shut him up, saying, Wherefore dost thou prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahuwah, Behold, I will give this city into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall take it. And Zedekiah, the king of Judah, shall not escape out of the hand of the Chaldeans, but shall surely be delivered into the hand of the king of Babylon, and shall speak with him mouth to mouth, and his eyes shall behold his eyes. And he shall lead Zedekiah to Babylon, and there shall he be until I visit him, saith Yahuwah. Though ye fight with the Chaldeans, ye shall not prosper. And Jeremiah said, The word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Behold, Hanamel, the son of Shulem, thine uncle, shall come unto thee, saying, Buy thee my field that is in Anathoth, for the right of redemption is thine to buy it. So Hanamel, my uncle's son, came to me in the court of the prison according to the word of Yahuwah, and said unto me, Buy my field, I pray thee, that is in Anathoth, which is in the country of Benjamin, for the right of inheritance is thine, and the redemption is thine. Buy it for thyself. Then I knew that this was the word of Yahuwah. So Yahuwah said that to Jeremiah, and after Yahuwah said that to him, his cousin came into him and said that, hey, look, buy my field. So he knew that the word that Yah had given him was truly from him, because at this time, you got to think about it. Jeremiah in jail, Zedekiah pissed with him because of the prophecy. Imagine imagine the state of mind that Jeremiah is in. He like, y'all, look, now I'm behind bars. When is you coming, bro? Because they ready to take my life. So I think that was an encouragement to Jeremiah, and he knew that it was truly Yah that was speaking to him. So that they were going into captivity, and Zedekiah was going to be taken. But Zedekiah's like, no, we not. And he not coming, and we not going. And you going to jail for lying. But Yahuwah spoke to him, and like I said, it came to pass right after that. His cousin came and said the exact words that Yahuwah had told Jeremiah. And I think that was to strengthen him to know that I'm still here, Jeremiah. I see everything that's going on. Chill out. Calm down. I got your back. All right. Verse 9. And I bought the field of Hanamel, my uncle's son, that was in Anathoth, and weighed him the money, even 17 shekels of silver. And I subscribed the evidence and sealed it, and took witnesses, and weighed him the money and the balances. So I took the evidence of the purchase, both that which was sealed according to the law and custom, and that which was open. And I gave the evidence of the purchase unto Baruch, the son of Neriah, the son of Messiah, in the sight of Hanamel, my uncle's son, and in the presence of the witnesses that subscribed the book of the purchase before all the Jews that sat in the court of the prison. So when they were doing land exchanges, they're doing the same thing today. It's the same process. You get the deed, you sign it, purchase it, all that. They were still doing it. They were still doing it back then. Well, they were originally doing it back then, because you have to have evidence of the purchase, just in case somebody say, no, this is my land. No, this is my land. I have the purchase deed for it. And I charged Baruch before them, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts. Yes, baby. What's wrong with your ear? Your ear is fine. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold on. And I charged Baruch before them, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, the God of Israel, take these evidences, this evidence of the purchase, both which is sealed, and this evidence which is open, and put them in an earthen vessel, that they may continue many days. For thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, the God of Israel, houses and fields and vineyards shall be possessed again in this land. Now when I had delivered the evidence of the purchase unto Baruch the son of Neriah, I prayed unto Yahuwah, saying, Ah, Yahuwah, behold, thou hast made the heaven and the earth by thy great power and stretched out arm, and there is nothing too hard for thee. Thou showest loving kindness unto thousands, and recompense the iniquity of the fathers into the bosom of their children after them. The great and mighty God, Yahuwah of hosts, is his name. Great in counsel and mighty in works, for thine eyes are open upon all the ways of the sons of men, to give every one according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings, which has set sign and wonders in the land of Egypt, even unto this day, and in Israel, and among other men, and has made thee a name as at this day, and has brought forth thy people Israel out of the land of Egypt with signs and with wonders and with a strong hand and with a stretched out arm and with great terror, and has given them this land which thou didst swear unto their fathers to give them, a land flowing with milk and honey. And they came in and possessed it, but they obeyed not thy voice, neither walked in thy law. They have done nothing of all that thou commanded them to do. Therefore thou hast caused all this evil to come upon them. Behold, the mounts, they are come unto the city to take it, and the city is given into the hand of the Chaldeans that fight against it because of the sword and of the famine and of the pestilence. And what thou hast spoken is come to pass, and behold, thou seest it. And thou hast said unto me, O Yahuwah, buy thee the field for money, and take witnesses, for the city is given into the hand of the Chaldeans. Then came the word of Yahuwah unto Jeremiah, saying, Behold, I am Yahuwah, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? Therefore, thus saith Yahuwah, Behold, I give this city into the hand of the Chaldeans, and into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, and he shall take it. And the Chaldeans that fight against this city shall come and set fire on this city, and burn it with the houses upon whose roofs they have offered incense unto Baal, and poured out drink offerings unto other gods, to provoke me to anger. For the children of Israel and the children of Judah have done only evil before me from their youth. For the children of Israel have only provoked me to anger with the work of their hands, saith Yahuwah. So he's just reiterating why we're in captivity while they were going into captivity, right? Everybody know by now what we was doing. For this, okay, verse 31. For this city hath been to me as a provocation of mine anger and of my fury from the day that they built it, even unto this day. Stop, Bella. That I should remove it from before my face, because of all the evil of the children of Israel and of the children of Judah, which they have done to provoke me to anger. They, their kings, their princes, their priests, and their prophets, and the men of Judah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. He said everybody was acting a fool. And they have turned unto me the back and not the face. Though I taught them, rising up early and teaching them, yet they have not hearkened to receive instruction. But they set their abominations in the house, which is called by my name, to defile it. And they built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech, which I commanded them not. Remember, he said they doing human sacrifice. I never commanded this. Whenever you hear passing through the fire, to offering to Molech, that is human sacrifice. And Yahuwah said, I'll read the whole verse again. Verse 35. And they built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech, which I commanded them not, neither came it into my mind that they should do this abomination, to cause Judah to sin. Now therefore thus saith Yahuwah, the God of Israel, concerning this city, wherefore ye say it shall be delivered into the hand of the king of Babylon by the sword and by famine and by pestilence. Behold, I will gather them out of all countries, whither I have driven them in my anger, and in my fury, and in great wrath, and I will bring them again unto this place, and will cause them to dwell safely. We're in the process of this happening now, y'all. He's gathering us. And they shall be my people, and I will be their God. And I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them and of their children after them. Remember, generations is going to continue to go on. The world is not ending. There's a changing of the guard happening from the ruling of the wicked to the ruling of the righteous. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, and they shall not depart from me. He put his fear in our hearts, which is his law. If we, what's the word? What is it? It's like it goes together hand in hand. Like when you read Yahuwah's law, you learn to fear him. Wisdom is in the fearing and knowing and understanding Yahuwah's law, because you know it's that keeps our life. It's literally the instructions for our life, how to live abundant and not just prosperous lives, but to be well in all areas: spirit, soul, body, mind, finances, how to raise your children that way, and just how to be healthy and grow, and how to take care of everything and take care of people. Guys, it's so good. Verse 40. And I'll read 39 again. And I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them and of their children after them. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me. Yea, I will rejoice over them to do them good, and I will plant them in this land assuredly with my whole heart and with my whole soul. For thus saith Yahuwah, like as I have brought all this great evil upon this people, so will I bring upon them all the good that I have promised them. And the fields shall be bought in this land, whereof ye say, it is desolate without man or beast. It is given into the hand of the Chaldeans. Men shall buy fields for money, and subscribe evidences, and seal them, and take witnesses in the land of Benjamin, and in the places about Jerusalem, and in the cities of Judah, and in the cities of the mountains, and in the cities of the valley, and in the cities of the south. For I will cause their captivity to return, saith Yahuwah. Synergistic. I wasn't quite looking for that word, but I think that falls in line too. So he said they're going to come back, they're going to purchase land, they're going to have the deeds, they're going to show that this is my land. We back, y'all, we back. All right, last chapter for the day, y'all. Jeremiah chapter 33. Moreover, the word of Yahuwah came unto Jeremiah the second time, while he was yet shut up in the court of the prison, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah, the maker thereof, Yahuwah that formed it to establish it, Yahuwah is his name. Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things, which thou knowest not. Let me just pause real quick, y'all. And I'm not going to harp on it. I just want to say it again. He said they're going to return, and they're going to start purchasing lands and have the deeds to it. Think about that. While people packing up, ready to lift up off the earth, he said, no, you're going to go back home, and you're going to begin to acquire the lands that rightfully belong to you, and you're going to have the deeds for them. That's a whole, they just did something to me right here, so. Okay, go back to the 33, verse 4. For thus saith Yahuwah, the God of Israel, concerning the houses of this city, and concerning the houses of the kings of Judah, which are thrown down by the mounts and by the sword. They come to fight with the Chaldeans, but it is to fill them with dead bodies of men, whom I have slain in my anger and in my fury, and for whose wickedness I have hid my face from this city. Behold, I will bring it to health and cure, and I will cure them, and I will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return, and I will build them as at the first. And I will cleanse them from all their iniquity whereby they have sinned against me, and I will pardon all their iniquities whereby they have sinned, and whereby they have transgressed against me. And it shall be to me a name of joy and a praise and an honor before all the nations of the earth, excuse me, which shall hear all the good that I do unto them, and they shall fear and tremble for all the goodness and for all the prosperity that I procure unto it. Thus saith Yahuwah, again, there shall be heard in this place. Tootie, stop. Okay, look here. Okay, I'm almost done. All right, finish eating your apple.
I'm done.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Okay. And it shall be to me a name of joy, a praise, and an honor before all the nations of the earth, which shall hear all the good that I do unto them, and they shall fear and tremble for all the goodness and for all the prosperity that I procure unto it. So when we get back into our land and everybody know that, oh my gosh, all this time we have been holding captive the children of Israel. Like, they've been in the United States, they've been in the Caribbean, they've been in Oceania, they've been in the UK, they've been over here. You mean all these black folk, these Negro folk was the children of Israel? Like, he said, the fear and trembling is going to come over the entire earth. Now, I ain't talking, not all black folk. Now, I like what somebody said. Not all skin folk is kin folk, you know. So not all black people are Hebrews. And then you got these one-offs and these things that kind of discourage people, like Hebrew Israelites. And some of them call them the hate brews, the ones that are out there trying to teach and preach with all this madness and the filthy mouths and stuff. Stay away from them. They got some truth, but they mixing in a whole lot of error, and they still leading y'all's people. They mixing truth with error, you know. So I don't really know all the ins and outs about that, but they still off. And I think they are a huge distraction for those who are waking up. So anytime I come across it or something, I like to make mention that we do not subscribe to that group of people. Some of them may be Israel, but we do. They are wrong. They are wrong. They're teaching some truth, but they're doing it so wrong. They're driving people away, and they're teaching a lot of wrong stuff that, like, all other races of people are gonna go to hell or burn in the fire and all this stuff. That is not what Yah said, because he said there's going to be many strangers and sojourners among us, meaning not just black folk. It don't matter. They could be Chinese, they could be Japanese, they could be Korean, they could be white, they could be Hispanic, whatever. Those are the sojourners and the strangers. And he said there are going to be many of them that come and leave and go with you when you go back home. You know, and he's saying they are to be treated no different than a blood-born son and daughter. And when they join themselves to us, they also become Israel. So we don't treat them like an outsider. They're to be treated just like family, no difference. He said, one law, one rule for all those who come into my house. Nobody's to be treated differently. And if somebody is treating them differently, Yah has a big problem with that, and he is going to take care of it post haste, because he addresses all of that. He said, you do not treat them unfairly. You give them justice, just like if you would seek justice, and render it to them appropriately and quickly. You know, so I mean, Yah has a lot to say about that. So that's why I say, stay away from those. If you're getting them vibes of hate, and they're constantly like they're harping on like the color issue, although we know the true bloodline, they're Negroes, but we don't harp on that because it's not about the color. One sound, one band. Right, Alicia, that's exactly right. One sound, one band. One band, one sound. You know, so, but it's about, like I said, if I could sum Yahuwah's law up into just a couple words, it's teaching us how to be decent human beings from the day we born to the day we go back into the earth's womb, into the dirt, y'all. So, all right, I'm almost done. I got a couple more verses and we'll be done. I'll read 37 again. Behold, I will gather them out of all the countries whither I have driven them in my anger and in my fury and in great wrath, and I will bring them again unto this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely, because we sure not dwelling in safety for real, in the land of our captivity. And they shall be my people, and I will be their God, and I will give them one heart and one way. There you go, Alicia. One sound, one band. said that. He just said in different words. He said, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God, and I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them and for their children after them. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me. Yet I will rejoice over them to do them good, and I will plant them in this land. I will plant them in this land assuredly with my whole heart, for thus and with my whole heart and with my whole soul. For thus saith Yahuwah, like as I have brought all this great evil upon this people, so will I bring upon them all the good that I promised them, and the fields shall be bought in this land, whereof, y'all, hold on, I done went all the way back. I'm already there. Let me just finish reading. And the field shall be bought in this land, whereof ye say it is desolate without man or beast. It is given unto the hand of the Chaldeans. Men shall buy fields for money, and subscribe evidences, and seal them, and take witnesses in the land of Benjamin, and in the places about Jerusalem, and in the cities of Judah, and in the cities of the mountains, and in the cities of the valley, and in the cities of the south. For I will cause their captivity to return, saith Yahuwah. Y'all, I went back up like 5 verses in the previous chapter. Okay. Last chapter, y'all. Moreover, the word of Yahuwah came unto Jeremiah a second time, while he was yet shut up in the court of the prison, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah, the maker thereof, Yahuwah that formed it to establish it, Yahuwah is his name. Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things, which thou knowest not. For thus saith Yahuwah, the God of Israel, concerning the houses of this city, and concerning the houses of the kings of Judah, which are thrown down by the mounts and by the sword. They come to fight with the Chaldeans, but to fill them with dead bodies of men, whom I have slain in my anger and in my fury, for all those whose wickedness I have hid my face from this city. Stop, Bella. Behold, I will bring it to health and cure, and I will cure them, and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return, and will rebuild them as at the first. Bills is under. Yeah, she is. And I will cleanse them from all their iniquity, whereby they have sinned against me, and I will pardon all their iniquities, whereby they have sinned, and whereby they have transgressed against me. And it shall be to me a name of joy, a praise, and an honor before all the nations of the earth, which shall hear of all the good that I do unto them, which shall fear and tremble. Wait a minute, hold on. And they shall fear and tremble for all the goodness and for all the prosperity that I procure unto it. Thus saith Yahuwah, again, there shall be heard in this place, which ye shall say shall be desolate without man and without beast, even in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem that are desolate, without man and without inhabitant and without beast, the voice of joy. He said again, this is going to be heard. The voice of joy and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, the voice of all them that shall say, Praise Yahuwah of hosts, for Yahuwah is good, and his mercy endureth forever. And of them that shall bring the sacrifice of praise into the house of Yahuwah. For I will cause to return the captivity of the land as at the first, saith Yahuwah. Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, again, in this place which is desolate without man and without beast, and in all the cities thereof shall be a habitation of shepherds, causing their flocks to lie down. In the cities of the mountains, in the cities of the vale, in the cities of the south, and in the land of Benjamin, and the places about Jerusalem, and in the cities of Judah, shall the flocks pass again under the hands of him that telleth them, saith Yahuwah. Behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that I will perform that good thing which I have promised unto the house of Israel and unto the house of Judah. In those days and at that time I will cause the branch of righteousness to grow up unto David, and he shall execute judgment and righteousness in the land. Remember, he's talking about Israel, the righteous one of us. Remember, Judah's line specifically are the rulers, the nobles. Like we have governors and presidents and stuff like that. He said their nobles will come from among them, which will descend from the line. Not talking about King David himself or one person, but the descendants who descend. Because think about it, we got cities and stuff, and we're going to go back to a huge land. We're going to have providences and cities, and there have to be rulers and leaders that set things in order, because you still have to put things in order. But those particular people will be from the line of Judah, the line of King David. In those days and at that time will I cause the branch of righteousness to grow up unto David, and he shall execute judgment and righteousness in the land. In those days shall Judah be saved, and Jerusalem shall dwell safely. And this is the name wherewith she shall be called. And this is the name wherewith she shall be called Yahuwah, our righteousness. He's talking about our land. That's what we're going to be called, Yahuwah, our righteousness. For thus saith Yahuwah, David shall never want a man to sit upon the throne of the house of Israel. Neither shall the priests, the Levites, want a man before me to offer burnt offerings and to kindle meat offerings and to do sacrifice continually. And the word of Yahuwah came unto Jeremiah, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah, if ye can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night, that there should be not day and not night in their season, then may also my covenant be broken with David my servant, that he should not have a son to reign upon his throne, and with the Levites my priests, my ministers. He said, if you can change night and day, he said that my covenant will be broken. But he was pretty much saying that's never going to happen. That's always going to remain forever. My covenant with King David. Then may also my covenant be broken with David my servant, that he should not have a son to reign upon his throne, and with the Levites, the priests, my ministers. As the host of heaven cannot be numbered, neither the sand of the sea measured, so will I multiply the seed of David my servant, and the Levites that minister unto me. Moreover, the word of Yahuwah came to Jeremiah, saying, Considerest thou not what this people have spoken, saying, the two families which Yahuwah hath chosen, he hath even cast them off? Thus they have despised my people, that they should be no more a nation before them. Thus saith Yahuwah, if my covenant be not with the day and night, and if I had not appointed the ordinances of heaven and earth, then will I cast away the seed of Jacob and David my servant, so that I will not take any of his seed to be rulers over the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. For I will cause their captivity to return and have mercy on them. And that, my beautiful people, is our reading for today. And he's just reminding us. He put it here. He said, I wrote this even before you come into existence. You will know that I was faithful to you. Even back here, all the way at the beginning of time, I'm faithful to you. And we can actually read those words in the book of Jubilees in the first couple chapters. He said, write this as a testimony, so all heaven and earth will know that I am faithful. You know, and when they get down the road and they begin wondering why are we here, why are we treated this way, they're going to come looking for me, and they're going to come searching for me, and they're going to find these scrolls and the promises that I promised, and they're going to begin to cry out to me and seek my face, and I'm going to hear them from the land of their captivity, and I will begin to gather them one by one and bring them back home to the land that I promised to my servant, my friend Abraham, and to my servant King David. And King David would never want for a man to sit and rule on his throne on this earth. I'm like, bruh, it doesn't get any better than this. Like, this is what should be taught. This is the true word of Yah, and it should be taught not in just churches, but all across the land, because Yahuwah said, I am the God of all flesh. All right, y'all, that's our reading for today. Jeremiah 31, 32, 33. We are on day 194. It is Thursday, July the 9th, 2020. Let's go ahead and do the blessing, because baby girl is now starting to play in my hair. We found the blessing in Numbers chapter 6, verses 22 through 27. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, On this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, May Yahuwah bless us and keep us. May Yahuwah make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon us and give us his peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. Whose name upon us? Yahuwah's name upon us. And Yahuwah himself will bless us. He said, and this is how you do it. This is how you bless my people. And I'm going to hear, I'm going to see, and I'm going to come bless them myself, because I see my name upon them and in their hearts. They are my people, and I am their God. All right, beautiful people, I love y'all, and I will see y'all bright and early in the morning, 7:15 a.m. Wait, girl. Okay, you said peace, but I didn't say peace. Hold on. All right, go ahead. Do it again.
Peace.
All right, y'all.